Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Lena. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about all the books that I'm reading in July. Is it July? Yeah. I don't have that many here because I'm planning on doing like a full reread of a series. I hope that I can make it happen, but I'm not 100% sure. And that series is the Cradle. Basically, this is volume 3, Black Flame, and I almost said 10, book 12 came out last month and it's the final volume, and I've been trying to start it, but I'm just so nervous that I feel like I should do like a full reread of the series in like a week and just get into this and get to this. I'm so nervous. Like, you cannot even imagine. I'm so nervous in general with finishing it. I don't think I'm ready. I do feel like I'm ready to finish it and then jump into this other series, Will White, but I'm not sure I feel okay with letting go of the Cradle yet. So I feel like I'm going to do a full reread of the series. There are like really super short books, at least the first one are just like really short so I can fly through them. But yeah. Basically, in the Cradle, we're going to follow Lena, and he's been always unable to do the magic of his clan. He's always feel like an outcast, and one day he discovers this new technique, basically, and a whole bunch of really weird shit start happening. There's this huge battle, maybe time travel. There's a lot going on in this series. I highly recommend it. It's just amazing. Lena is such a great character. He's just the best. I cannot recommend it enough, but yeah, I'm just really nervous in general. So another reread, I talked about this book not that long ago in another video, but I've been feeling like rereading it, The Liar of Red Valley. It's just such a convoluted like horror novel. It's definitely horror fantasy, which is kind of my favorite genre already, basically. But in here, we're basically going to follow Sadie, and Sadie has become now the Liar. The Liar holds basically all the town's secrets, and now she is being hunted by the sheriff. She is afraid that the new creatures are crossing the river. The king is not being able to keep control of these monsters. There's just so much going on in this little book. But when I read it, I really liked it, and I don't know, I've been gravitating towards more horror lately again. I don't know why, but it's been giving me comfort. So I really want to reread this one. So some new stuff. I've been trying to read this book for such a long time. I've owned it also for quite a long time too. This is Ancillary Justice by Ann Leckie. The thing is, I've read another book by Ann Leckie and I actually DNF'd it. It was The Raven Tower, and I just didn't enjoy that one. There wasn't like anything wrong with it, but I just wasn't enjoying it at all. So I decided to let it go. And then everyone praised this series. It's a very well-known science fiction series. But the thing is, I have it, but I'm just a little bit scared of not liking it. But also the new book by her, Translate Station or something like that, sounds amazing, but I do not want to jump into that one without having read the one that I already own. So this month I'll be trying this. The thing is, I have no idea what these books are about. Oh, it's a revenge story. I have no idea. Literally, I had no idea. I've heard like a lot of people talk about this series, but not what this series is actually about. So we'll see. I'm keeping my expectations in the middle because I don't know. I'm just kind of scared of it. Then this one I was sent for review. This is The Never Ending End of the World by Anne Christie, and I got a super cool package with it. I'll show you when I read it, but it was the presentation of this package was amazing, basically. But this is the tagline for this is just like for fans of Station 11 and The Last of Us, and I feel like that calls me. Even though I'm not the hugest fan of Station 11, I really like meandering post-apocalyptic. I really like philosophical apocalyptic books, and this feels like it. Basically, our main character has been stranded on New York for a long time on her own, and she feels like maybe she's the only one left, and that's, you know, kind of the main premise of it. It feels like very really related to Station 11, so I don't know. Sounds really cool. I'm really excited. I'll read it this month, but yeah, I just really like that type of metaphorical read. When it's sci-fi, when it has like a sci-fi premise, if it's just like straight up like contemporary, I just don't enjoy them. But when it's just like that, I'm all for it. Then this arc, because I neglected my reading last month so badly, I still need to read Sons of Darkness. It's coming out this month. I hope that I can finish it before it comes out. If not, then I'll probably just get the audiobook and just listen to it this month. But I've been pretty excited for this book since it first came out, because it was actually published by another publisher last year, and I tried to get it and they changed publishers. I wasn't able to, so now it's getting a full release again. This is a Hindu dark fantasy. I feel like it's going to be, like, for what I've read already, because I'm 12% in, feels a little bit similar to Upon a Burning Throne, because we also have like the gods in the middle of this whole plot line. It's interesting. I cannot explain to you like the whole plot of this book, because for now it's just been meandering a little bit along all these characters, but it's basically about a war between these two nations, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I do have to say that for now I'm a little bit underwhelmed. We'll see. Then another arc that it's just there. Mr. Magic. Sounds awful, yes, but this is actually a horror book about a TV show for kids that turned like it had a massacre in it, and now they're kind of investigating what happened or something like that. It was very meandering, but it just sounded so cool. It reminded me of one of the plot lines of the new film by Jordan Peele. Just cannot remember the name. It's just the one that came out last year. That is very bizarre. But that one, the pop-up with the monkey, well, yeah, when I read the synopsis, it reminded me of that. So I decided to request it. I do have to say that I prefer to read these books on audio instead of physically. But I don't know, I have high hopes for this. And as I told you before, I'm feeling like a really weird horror mood lately. So this one is happening. It's happening this month. For sure, continuing this month. Again, I neglected it last month so badly because I really wanted to read the Warhammer books. So I haven't read Ave Skate yet. I've been rereading The Expanse. This is book 3. I'm just super excited to continue, honestly. It's like a comfort read for me, and lately I've been just like really anxious in general. So I just really want something like that makes me feel good. And I feel like The Expanse is that. Every time that I read it, I'm just like, yes, this is so cool. So yeah, Ave Skate is happening this month. Then a sci-fi that has been recently recommended to me, The Blighted Stars. This is the new series by Megan O'Keefe, the author of Chaos Vector is the second book of the Protectorate series. That's it. Chaos Vector is actually the second book. And I love that trilogy so much. It's just super good. It's not one of my all-time favorites, but it's just super solid in general. And the other day I got a comment saying that this book was fantastic, so good. So I was just like, you know what, I'm reading it. What is this one about? I have no idea. I do have it on my TBR before though, because you know, of the author. Absolutely no clue what this one is about. I don't even have it physically yet. Should arrive like today or tomorrow, but I'm just here for it. I also have an audio, so we'll see. The last two I also don't have physically, but they should arrive in time. The first one is Emperor of Ruin, which is the last book after Ashes of the Sun. I read book 2, Blood of the Chosen, last month, so I decided to just finish the trilogy. The thing is, it was out of stock, so once I get a physical copy, I will read it. But I'll probably just get the audiobook before the physical copy arrives, honestly, because both of the previous ones I actually listened to. The audiobook was pretty okay. Not the best one, not the best narration, but it was really good overall. So I will continue the journey. But basically in book 1, you're going to follow 2 siblings. They were separated when they were very young because the sister was actually sick with a magical sickness. Basically, her magic was causing her to be sick. So this order took her, basically, and they are the ones that control this whole empire. And now the brother is kind of a royal Robin Hood figure, basically trying to take down the empire, and the sister is now working for the empire. It's just a lot going on. There was a really cool scene at the end of book 2. I do have to say book 2 was a little bit meandering, but the ending was super good. It's just worth the whole book, honestly. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue and finish this series, and then probably just go back to another Django Wexler book, because now that my hopes are up, my expectations are up here again, I'll probably just check out The 1,000, oh my god, why am I blanking so bad on the names today? The 1,000 Names. I'll probably go back to the 1,000 Names again and continue that series and see if I actually just wasn't in the mood at the time. And then the last one is a new release. This is the Labyrinths Heart. Yeah, which is the last book in the Rook and the Rose. Is that the series called? But basically the last book after Mask of Mirrors. I'm a huge fan of this series, probably one of my favorite series of all time. We'll see with the ending, but I'm just super excited. It's coming out this month. I hope that my physical copy gets here, but I'll probably just listen to it. Even though it's probably going to be confusing because there's so much going on, plot-wise, story-wise, magic-wise in this series, that I actually prefer to listen to it and read it at the same time. So we'll see, but I'm just super excited, honestly. I talked about this series recently, so I'm not going to stop too much in it, but man, I'm excited. I'm just excited for this series. Like, I think it's going to be great. And the last one, I was also supposed to read this one last month, but I completely failed. The Trails of Ashmont. I really want to read it. This is a dark fantasy. I've been trying to read it for so long. I've owned it for so long. I just want to read it already, basically. So it's definitely going to happen this month because I don't have like that many physical reads. So it should happen. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm reading this month. What are you reading this month? Have you read any of these? Please, as always, just let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.